going to play their games, and we're ironing them out in this league. If we only get 25 people who we deem, okay, you actually played some games in the league, okay, you can play in the tournament, then that's fine.
Yeah.
It's better than having 32 people in the tournament
definitely.
and having like a bunch of people just not in there, like not playing. So. And that's the point of the league, in my opinion. Yes, it's to increase activity, but it's also just to iron out the fact that there's not going to be people playing. So there's a bunch of people on the forum saying, "Oh, my player's not scheduling versus me," all this other rubbish. But like, that's basically my thoughts on the league. Action, do you have? I know you're not an AOM player. I don't know if you're actually in the tournament, but do you have any opinions?
I'm not. I did not sign up because I'd be one of those players that would sign up and then fuck it off completely.
Yeah.
Everyone would get annoyed with me, so that's why I didn't sign up. I don't really have anything to say, to be honest with you.
All right.
Which is unusual.
At least you're honest about it.
I just like it's really annoying to see players like J4 and Army Corps and whatever just bashing this tournament just because it's not an AOT. It's really annoying. Like, it splits the community so much.
Yeah, at least I haven't bashed the tournament.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Okay, I just want to say matchup of the week. Who in your opinion, like the two closest games this week of all the games which have been played? I'll go to talk first. I don't know if you've looked at all the stuff, but can you tell me who you think the best matchup of this week is going to be?
Tourney games.
Yeah.
Me versus Sensei, if he actually played. Pretty much. No, anyway. I don't really know who's matched best. In fact, Maiden versus Zeus OP probably be a good game because we beat him last time. Then it's funny to see Maiden lose and rage again.
Okay,
Right.
real quick, he posted that one game, but he hasn't posted all the other games he's played, so...
Anyhow, Maiden,
I hope you know,
Maiden,
I
shut
spent
up.
about 4 hours training him, by the way, Maiden, so you better beat, you know.
It's not enough, dude. I still beat him last time we played.
No.
Okay.
Anyway, so in my opinion, there's a couple of potential matchups of the week. Definitely, let's see. Let me pull up the schedule real quick.
Yeah, I'll have a look at it as well.
I think probably, most likely, the best one is probably going to be Sunshine against Adha. Anyways, that's Adha. That's probably going to be the best one. I mean, they're both obviously really talented players. They're both active, so that's probably going to be the best one. In my opinion, if Merrick can pull his head out of his ass and start playing well, he against Dragonfire, that could be a good game. Dragonfire plays Thor against him. That could be a really good game. Also, I was thinking Nagam against Nagam against Berserker. That one could have. I didn't watch that game yet, but I was thinking that just because of their names only, that was probably going to be a pretty good game.
All right.
I don't know. I guess it would have depended on how active the Frenchman was in this situation. Anyway, so yeah.
I thought that if it was going to happen, me versus both would have been a decent game. I don't think I've ever played him before, and I've stolen his style and with ISIS, and we would have an ISIS war, and we'd both be playing exactly the same. So I think it'd be really interesting sort of game.
If Spoke can play a couple of games, just some practice games, so he's not completely rusty, yeah, that could be a pretty good game.
Okay, we haven't had enough games to do the game of the week yet, so I'm just going to skip that. I'm going to add another person in at the moment. His name is Stuart Jerry, also known as DoD Haggis.
Oh no.
And then we're going to talk about the Voobly transition from ESO to Voobly. Hello Haggis, how you doing, mate?
Hello, Haggis. How you doing, mate?
Oh,
Not bad, man. So?
not bad. You should use headphones. Okay, so we've got the Voobly transition. Basically, how is everyone dealing with this transition? Is anyone still playing on ESO? Is anyone playing on sites like Game Ranger? I'm going to start with Mike, then Sean, then Michael, then Stuart. Go for it.
Yeah, I'm not playing on ESO at all now. Stopped about 2 or 3 months ago. Voobly's really taken off. Like AOM is really taken off in Voobly now. It's pretty active. There's 20 or plus players in there quite often now. I mean, it's not really comparable to TT yet, but a lot of the ESO players are switching over. As for Game Ranger, I think it's a piece of shit, and I'll never play it. So, yeah.
All right, Sean.
It's been it's been at least a week since I've even been on ESO. In the past like month or so, I've only played a couple of games. So, yeah. As for pretty much nowadays, the fight, we're kind of like the Conquerors now. We're kind of fighting over Game Ranger and Boobly activity. I've played a lot on Game Ranger actually, a little bit before AOM was on Boobly. And there's some good players that the Game Ranger players like there are, man. There's a V-More, Killer, Black Dragon. I mean, there's some good players there that are definitely at least 1750, if not 1800. So there's definitely a lot more activity there that we got to kind of tap into. If we do, and kind of start to elevate the skill level of Game Ranger, add in a little competition, then AOM will be good to go. AOT too. I mean, Titans. There's a whole bunch of players on Titans that play on Game Ranger. So I don't know. We got to find a little common ground so that there isn't a huge rift between the two.
Action.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I haven't played an ESA for 6 months, I would say. Probably Christmas.
Okay.
So I've been playing exclusively on Boobly for the last 3 months or so. I've been active since about March again. Things I like, things I don't. Point system's a little bit rubbish, I think. The way that adds it all up. The way that you get like quite a few points for beating players, hundreds of points below you is a little bit rubbish as well. But overall, I prefer Boobly because there's no connection issues.
Yeah.
So I guess that's one of the main sort of plus points for it. And yeah, I totally agree. We need to merge Game Ranger and Boobly populations. But I'm not sure how you're doing it because people like what they like, don't they? And you stick to what you know. And I don't really want to go play Game Ranger, so I'm kind of the problem as well. But yeah, no, I think I prefer Boobly now to ESO.
One thing that I think is really nice about Boobly is that you can see the list of every single player that's online. Even if they're playing or waiting the game or whatever, you can see everyone. So a lot of players like Shiny and a couple others commented that they would come back to play AOM and they would wait, 5 to 10 minutes for a game, but nothing would really show up. That's because games are already going on. So that's the good thing about Boobly is you can sign in, look in the list and say, I have to wait. If I wait about 10, 15 minutes, then, hopefully I can join in with some 90 plus players or whatever, and keep people playing, So yeah.
Yeah,
nice.
I just want to add on to what Sean said a little while ago about Game Ranger. Like, I've been playing a little bit of games on Game Ranger just for AOM, and like some of their skill level, it's not as high as the ESO players, but it gets competitive. Like, you have to execute correctly, and you can't just fuck around and just do like full myth unit strategies. It's not like they're 1600. They've got an idea about how to play RTS games, and I think it's interesting that they still stay over there when there's a rating system and everything. I know there's lag issues with Voobly. Hopefully they get stabled out in the next couple of months, and we can get those players over to Voobly. I haven't played on ESO since I became a moderator, so there you go.
Yeah.
But something else that I like is that you can download pretty much anyone's recorded game if you catch it quick enough.
Yeah.
Just to click on someone's profile. I don't know how long do they stay there? A couple of days, 3 days? I'm not sure how long the game.
I think it's anywhere between like a day and a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's right
how
around.
long it is, you catch it quick enough, you can download pretty much anyone's recorded games at Xbox, which I think is brilliant.
Yeah.
No one can not. You can sort of you can scout players out.
It's great.
But if you're someone like me that likes to know someone's playstyle, it's awesome.
Oh, something real quick about last thing about Game Ranger is that not very first, but I was pretty active last fall after the first big AOM tourney. In between that one and the winter one, I played on Game Ranger quite a bit. And back then, I mean, that was October, November of 2011. And back then, I mean, crud, I could get on, and I actually could just goof off 4 against 1, do some all-unit strats, just kind of fuck around, you know. But then I started playing again after the winter tournament, and players were a little bit better. I couldn't really, go against so many all by myself. Then I kind of went back to ESO a little bit, and now, just recently, I've been playing back there a little bit, and in a matter of months, the general skill level has increased at least, 50 points of real rate, at least. And that's just for AOM. So the Game Ranger players, they're improving. They really are. And a lot of them, like you said, Bolt, a lot of them, I guess pretty competitive. There's a couple of clans that do quite a few clan wars there, and there's a whole lot of potential. I think a lot of them always ask me, what do you think my roll rate is? What do you think my roll rate is? Because they can't play on ESO. So there's a whole lot of them I think they would love, playing on Boobly, since you can play raid and, kind of have a score next to your name as a reference. I just have to mention that it's so nice playing on Boobly where you don't have noobs that creep into your game and just completely ruin a 3v3 or something like that. Anyways, yeah.
I'd just like to add that I've never heard anyone talk as slow as Maiden talks.
Anyhow.
I speak slowly?
Anyhow. He's American. All Americans speak slowly.
Well, try not to create an argument.
Yeah.
I have so many things I want to say to
This is the next topic, righto. I think it's going to be a fun one. It's a short one. Who will be the next expert on Nilla and on TT? Different topics. We're going to start with TT first, and we're going to start with Action. Who do you think has got the potential to be the next expert?
There's only one candidate.
Yeah? Who?
That's me. You wait till I bash Armico in the Olympics.
I'm waiting. I want to watch that. I don't watch TT games, but I'm going to watch that one just for you.
The problem I've got is I'm teaming with Weasel. Which is a nightmare.
I don't even know who that is.
Oh.
Yeah, it's shocking. You wait till I bash Armico in the Olympics.
There you go.
And then
so we got Action. Action is going to be the next AOT expert. Any comments on
that?
that?
The AOT player that I like at the moment is Nerdies or Flip Mode.
Yeah, I've said.
Right,
I think he's a very, very good player. He's not as good as me, but he is a very good player.
Okay, Talk. We talked about this a little bit before the show started, but just your opinion again.
Yeah, I definitely think Nerdies, because he can play both AOM and TT, and he can play every single god. And I think he'd probably destroy your Action in a random god war. He'd destroy all of us in a random god war on TT, not in AOM.
He would definitely would beat me in a random god war.
In a random god war, I reckon Hells, obviously, for that attitude previously, so he probably shouldn't be an expert. He had it in 3-away. In AOM, I'd probably say if he was active, it would be Pop Pie. I don't like Cobra. He's an idiot, so.
You don't like
Yeah, you're pretty good. Cobra.
Oh.
Yeah, he's not a really good player.
Sean? TT? Do you have any experience with any of the top TT players who you think would be a good candidate? Sean?
Yeah. I'm thinking. I don't know. I haven't played ever since I stopped smurfing on my Baalik Nithara, man. I haven't really played the good TT players for a long time. Yeah, Nerdy's is good.